welcome to Tech20 Tuesday. It's Tuesday and a nice bright sunny day, and looks like our cold snap is finally leaving us. Supposed to be 8 degrees and a lot of rain tomorrow, but you know, after the last couple of weeks I think we can take it. I'm Jeff Whipple in Fredericton. Actually today I'm sitting at the brand new Gibson Neal Memorial Elementary School here, looking out over the parking lot. Lots of teachers buzzing around the school, but the school's only been open for 3 weeks now, just ending its third week, so it's still a beautiful building and the teachers are really enjoying it here. Today it is the last week of January, and we've been looking at some of the Google tools this month on Tech20 Tuesday. The first thing we looked at the start of the month was Google Docs, and we looked at Google Documents, word processors, PowerPoints, those kinds of things that hang out on the Google Docs page. Last week we had a look at Google Forms, where you could use Google to actually collect data through surveys. And today, to finish off Google months, we're going to look at Google Hangouts. Now, Google Hangouts are really cool. A lot of you will recognize when I say the word Skype. So Google has sort of come up with their own version of Skype, except it's just a whole lot cooler. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open up my Safari page here, and I'm just going to go to my Google homepage, google.ca or google.com, depending on where you're hanging out. And you'll notice that when you log into Google, or when you go to Google, if you are logged in, and you'll notice that my name is hanging out right over here. There's my name, just underlining it. So that tells me that I am logged in. So if I'm sitting there, it tells me I'm logged in. The other key to it is that along the top of the page, I'm going to see a bunch of tools. We looked at Google Drive or Google Documents, as many of you will be more familiar with it, the first of the month. But Google Hangout is a new tool that Google started, very much like Skype, but even more powerful, I think. And it hangs out over here to the left of this toolbar that runs along the top of your page, and it's under the Plus Jeff, or the Plus Google, or better known as Google Plus suite of tools. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this Plus tool suite, and it's going to open up a new page, and underneath this new page we're going to see some different tools that maybe we're not all that familiar with. I'm going to move this back up here to the top. There we go, just to get it out of the way. So down along the side you're going to see a profile. It's going to give you Explore, Events. We're going to come back to Events in just a moment, a little bit later. There's some games and communities. And then underneath, if you're starting a new one, you're not going to see the Hangouts icon here on the side, or you may not. But if you click on these three dots here, you will find the Google Hangout, and all you need to do is click on it and drag it and drop it on the sidebar. So I've already done that with mine, so it's sitting over here on the side. Now, what Hangouts is going to allow me to do, because I just clicked on the Google Hangouts, and you see that it goes to a Google Hangouts page. There's What's a Hangout, so you can watch the little video and it'll teach you all about it. But then there's also a link here that says, or a button here that says Start a Hangout. So the easiest way to show you what a Hangout is to actually go and start one. So I'm going to come here and open up a Google Hangout page. Now if you're doing this for the first time, it's going to ask you to upgrade to Plus. It may download some stuff onto your computer, and it may actually ask you to download an audio-visual interface. Go ahead and do that. It will load on your school computers, even if you don't have admin rights. So go ahead and if you're going to try this on your own time. So we're going to name this Hangout. So if you've got friends coming in, we're just going to call this one Tech20 Tuesday. And then I'm going to come up here, and in here, yeah, so I'm kind of worried about the connection here and whether or not this is actually going to connect, because it's telling me my connectivity, because I'm actually broadcasting on this as well. So we'll give it a try. So I am going to invite Waylon Dixon, who many of you know is a tech mentor from School District 18, or 14, actually part of our new Anglophone West School District. And I'm going to invite Waylon, and I've got him in here twice, and I'm not sure which one it is. So I'm going to send an invite to both of him, because Waylon, I think, has two identities. I'm going to throw Jennifer Kronk in here. Jennifer is a teacher friend of mine from New York. We'll invite Carl Legier from Boys Town, Central New Brunswick Academy. I don't know who else is around. Maybe we'll try Jeffrey Tech, just out of some craziness. Jeff is out in Seattle. So this tells me of all the people I've got on. And if there's a green, that means they're active. If there's a yellow, it means they've stepped away from their computer, but their computer still seems to be on and logged in. So I'm going to click here and click Hangout. And this is going to now send an invitation to all of those people. And we'll see who comes in and joins. Now, if I was on the other end, what I'm looking for is right up here next to my name, there's a little 0. And these are the notifications. So now, anybody who's just received my invite, this will go to 1 and this will turn red. So it will come up and point up that there would be a 1 right up here beside my name, and it would turn red. And if they click on that, there'll be a little drop-down menu that says you've been invited to a Hangout. Click here to join. And then those people will come in. So this is what the Hangout platform looks like. And here's Wayland, who's just come in. So you may or may not be able to hear Wayland, but I'm hoping you can. So there's a couple of things in here. We can hear you now. So there's Wayland. Now you'll notice along the bottom, you'll see Wayland and you'll see me. The neat thing about this, and you don't see it here because I am connected, and the only person we're going to see is Wayland, because he's the only other person on the screen. But if there were multiple people, they would all show up along the bottom where you see my picture and you see Wayland. You would see multiple people. You can have up to 10 participants in a Google Hangout. Google's pretty intelligent, or at least the platform is, because it senses who is speaking right now, and it will put their picture up in the large window on top, unless it's you. So it won't put it up for me because I'm speaking, but I don't need to see me. So if somebody else came in and joined us, and maybe somebody will, they'll show up along the bottom, but whoever's speaking will also show up in the big window along the top. So we've got Wayland and I are in here, and we can simply talk back and forth. You notice it looks a little bit like Google. There's also over here on the side a chat, so we can chat away down here and send chat messages back and forth. There's also a feature called Screen Share, and I'm not going to screen share because I think it's just going to take way too much bandwidth. But if I click on here, it will share what's on my screen with everybody in the Google Hangout. And then there's some more, view more apps. So there's some other apps in here, and I'm not going to go into them, but there's some of them that are really fun. You can put crazy hats on yourself and do all kinds of different things. One warning is that I really haven't been able to get the hats and the fun stuff to work inside the firewall. So inside the network, they tend not to work. I think Wayland's going to give it a try. Let's see what he can come up with. But certainly they work really well at home. And so you can put the hats on yourself and other people. And if I put a hat on myself, as I move around, the hat will actually follow me. And there's all kinds of other sound effects and other kinds of things in here as well. So this is Google Hangout. Now, one of the things that you may have noticed when I started it, and you may not have noticed it, is that there is actually a way that if you want to have more than 10 people, so let's say I wanted to have a whole group of people, but it'll only allow me to 10, I can actually click on Allow Google on Air, or Google Hangout on Air. There's a little tab right as I was creating the Google Hangout YouTube channel. It will also archive it on YouTube. So I can actually have people watching it live on YouTube, but also they can go back and it will archive it and create it and add it to my YouTube channel. So there's all kinds of cool things, and this is all sort of the integration of this platform that's taking place with Google and with YouTube and all their tools, because Google actually owns YouTube, so that's where we're heading. So this is Google Hangout. Now, how can you use this in your classroom? I use it a lot because I'm talking to teachers all over the world about different projects we're doing. We're using it for planning. I'm in on Discovery Education Hangouts a lot, where we're doing professional learning. I also use it for some other groups that I'm involved in. Softball Canada, we use it for our national meetings. So we're starting to, it's very popular. It's free, by the way, just in case you were wondering. We also recently had a virtual town hall with a number of high schools involved, where we did the conversations, and we had special guest speakers from around the country join us. Diane LaRue has a question: how is the audio when you have 10 people? Does the video slow down as you add more people? Really, it doesn't, Diane. The audio and the video stay really good as long as you, in your end, have a really decent bandwidth in terms of the AV connection. So if you've got good bandwidth, and if you're in a school, you probably have pretty decent bandwidth. It should be working, unless you're trying to do crazy things like I am by working Google Hangout and Bridget at the same time. So Google Hangout, the other thing you can do is that there are actually Google Hangouts where you can join groups for your kids, and they can actually Google Hangout with other classrooms. So this is another great way to invite multiple classrooms in together, and the kids can present and talk to each other using this great, wonderful, free, powerful tool. What do you need? You need a Google address or a Google account. So if you've got a Gmail account, you've already got a Google account. If you've got a YouTube account, you've already got a Google account. If you've got a Google account, you've already got a Google account, and you've also got a Google email and Gmail and all those kinds of things as well. So a Google account, when you get to the Google page, and I'm just going to come back here, you're looking over here on the side, and it will say plus Jeff or plus Diane or plus Wayland or whoever. So it's coming over here into your Google Hangout and into your Google Plus suite of tools. So this again is under the Google Plus suite of tools. So that is Google Hangout, quick and dirty. Wayland, you got anything to add to that?
Just that we did use this tool last month, I believe, with a connection with a class in Newfoundland. And
cool.
It was blocked out. It was blocked at first on the Newfoundland side. It was open on our end, but with a couple of quick conversations with IT over there, it was opened up, and it worked fantastic.
Excellent. Yeah. So the one thing I'm finding is that it generally is open, and it's a Google suite of tools. All the Google tools are available, to my knowledge, other than Google Mail, the Gmail. Everything else seems to work, although some of the add-on apps on this platform don't work, but the main features all work really, really well. So it's a short and sweet one today. If you have any questions about Google Hangout, you can open up your chat menu right now like Diane did. It's underneath the little icon of the little person, the community icon, or you can open up your microphone and ask them. If you're looking for technology support, you can call Wayland or myself, or any one of our colleagues here in Anglophone West School District or in your local school district. Don't call Wayland. Wayland says don't call him. So we've got Angela, Mark, and Wayland up in the Woodstock Education Center. And so Carm, Brenda, myself here, and call Jeff. Yeah, I'll give you as much help as I can. So that is Tech 20 Tuesday for today. Wayland, thank you so much for joining us and being the guinea pig at the other end. And as I said, if you have any questions, give us a call. Google Hangout. The kids, by the way, love this. I showed it to a bunch of middle school kids last week. I went back in the day after, and they had all hung out in the evening and actually done schoolwork. They had been studying for a test on a Google Hangout. About 8 of them had hung out all night and studied for the test. Now, I'm sure there was lots of other stuff going on too, but it really worked out well for them. So the kids actually took to it like fish in water. That's Tech 20 Tuesday again for this week. We will see you all again next week. Have a great one. Goodbye, everybody. Keep warm.